new merch available for Discombobulated hoodies. Wow. Underneath that, you could put this fucking t-shirt. A beanie. I don't like that color. Don't worry, we got other colors. Oh, fuck, these mugs aren't selling very well. What website can I check them out at? PapaJaycox.com. Whoa, now do it.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Discombobulated. Today, we have a very special guest. I'm very excited. This guest I know little about, and they know even less about me. Everyone, put your hands together for the IRS, everybody. Am I getting that correctly? It's the Internal Revenue Service? Yes. Okay. I thought it was international. You could see the confusion, you know? We're the IRS, Bobby. Why do you never reach out to us? I don't have much to say. One year I did my taxes and I made so little that the person who did my taxes said, hey, just so you know, you don't even have to do your taxes. Like, you made so little. The government's like, that's okay. And that's crazy to know that the government doesn't even care if you're alive. And yeah, it's part of my act, but it's also a real thing that happened to me. So I'll talk about it wherever the effing fucking shit I want. And if you are the IRS, we do have a P.O. box now. So you can send all those letters that you would like to send me. You can send it to the podcast. Send it to the podcast because we got a P.O. box. Pretty big box. It's a P.O. box 17821. Austin, Texas, 78760. Go ahead and send your letters, if you take cool photography, if you have anything flat, you send it there. If you got something big you want to send me. Like old stuff you don't want anymore. 4516 Burleson Street. That's Burleson Road. Oh, it's road. So it's not street. It's not road and then spelled like street. It's 4516 Burleson Road. Number 17821, Austin, Texas, 78744. Those are those will be at the bottom, and I'll get them right in the fucking text. So if you're the IRS, please go ahead and you can send anything you want there. Yeah. I got no qualms with it, you know. You're the IRS. I thought, and I did. Yes. Maybe I thought it was international. And then you think about it for 2 seconds. You're like, well, that wouldn't make sense. And you're like, well, why am I thinking about this? I'm so fucking poor. If you're like me, you're fucking poor. I'm so poor that for the last 6 months when I moved to Austin, I was not going to move. God forbid I try to figure out how to move a bed down here. God forbid I look up the pricing on getting my old bed down here. I was like, I'll just throw it away because I've had it for so fucking long. It's disgusting. I think it's past the date, the sell-by date for a mattress. So you fucking throw it away. And then you do not have a bed and you sleep in a car / the floor end of your apartment / a loaner car / a fucking hotels. Bobby, hotels so nice. They are, but those beds, they ain't made for be sleeping on all. They're not great. Lumpy. You got a lumpy bed. You got a lumpy butt. What is that from? She's got a lumpy butt. What is that from? Who fucking cares? Because we gotta hear. I want to hear about your Spotify Wrapped. I want to hear about your Spotify Wrapped. I want to hear how your 2024 went. I spent 2,000 hours. I liked all the memes that were telling you other things you did. I spent 2,000 hours fucking wiping up piss that I missed pissing with a toilet paper. And you could probably, but how about just not texting while you piss, Bob? Well, you got to get on the internet. Sometimes you got to check those views. You got to see if one more view. Cool. Piss all over the toilet and floor. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I clean up my own piss off the floor. Is that a write-off the IRS? I have no fucking idea how the IRS works. I do. I've paid my taxes. And if not, I shouldn't have given an address and wore a fucking hat with my fucking name on it. But it's just the world we live in, you know? I moved here. I asked, and I was ready to start. I was ready to get everything organized. And then I asked my roommate, can you get the mail set up? And he's like, oh, we ain't been getting mail. And I'm like, do you think you can get that set up? So he didn't in the past 6 months, and then I did. And then today he called me and he's like, hey, when we come home, can you help us with our podcast? I can't wait to help him. I'm very excited to help him. I'm going to be no part of it because I'm positive they're going to say something that'll get them canceled. I think they're great guys. I think they're funny. I've just heard them talk, and I know they're going to record it in the here. So make sure you check that out. I'm not going to promote it though. I'll help. Hey, I'm a good friend like that. I don't have to agree with you to help you, because I think that Jesus wanted that. Hold on, let me check. Yep. My Spotify Wrapped was obviously all story of the year, and then the only thing ever I've heard, I feel like we've all got it figured out, because then other people make fun of if you share it, other people whatever, and then someone reminds you that like no one pays Spotify, but it's like, well then what do you bought every song you listen to. Yeah, Bobby. Actually, oh my God, you're so much better than me. I've pissed while I'm in the Lyft. I'm the Lyft driver, and I'm going to a call. I'm on my way to pick someone up. Get out of my car because I have to piss. Yeah, sorry, I'm not buying every single 99 cents every time I want to check a song out. Sorry. Don't you miss the days of Kmart when you would fucking go into a Kmart putting the dirtiest pair of headphones in the fucking county on? Just fucking put those on. And then you have like, I think you had like 10 choices to choose from of like new music. Bye. Don't really want to suck your nuts. I just want to tell you that I had nuts. Might sound crazy, but you know I got nuts, because we all got nuts. Not all of us. But when we start off, I think we all have nuts, and I've never checked that. Oh my God. It's just all going to be incorrect facts. Here's how you pay your taxes. You fucking... there are songs, it will, on your Spotify Wrap, there are a couple times you have a song and then you're like, what? And I think what happens is, I think the reason that it'll get a weird song in there is because when you're on Spotify, if you're like, you know what, you ever let that AI DJ take you on a ride? I don't like any AIs. I don't like any of them. Hey, what's up? I'm your DJ. I'm going to be showing you music. You might know, you might not know. I'm also going to ruin the song by slowly bringing the volume up. They basically like brought back, it's like how like whenever a DJ would talk over a song too much. Shout out Chris Ward. Chris Ward was on the radio, and he's a friend of the show. I don't even know what that means. He's a friend of mine is what he is. And when we would be in St. Louis, he was on the radio. And one time I started dating this girl. It was like one of the first times we hooked up, and I had the radio on. Shout out how cool I am. Just local radio on when you come over. Fucking talk about ambience. And so we were like starting to, you know, make Whoopi. We were starting to make a Whoopi Goldberg, and while in the other room, I could just hear him, and he was playing it, and he, I swear on my life, because I've told him about this. This is not, he was like, like they're playing Yacht Rock, and he's like, yeah, this next song, and the song's like starting. He's like, I love the intro. Oh, right here when it's like down, now. He's talking over the song. It would sound like hacky if I was like, and I was having trouble keep it up. I've never had a problem. The wind blows, and I'm like, am I attracted to wind? Even in my 40s. I'm in my 30s. I'm just telling you what my 40s are going to be like. Even though I do get scared, because it's like literally every single place you go, there's a fucking advertisement for Blue Chew. Like, I'm at the grocery store, and it's like on bananas. It's like, you got Blue Chew? You're like, I'm getting fucking potassium. What do you... I don't... Do I always have to be hard? My boyfriend gives me the ick if he's literally not completely erect. We live in that world where it's like, if he's ever soft, you should be able to have a full day. You should be able to do a job, whatever that is. Could be construction, could be in an office, could be one of those jobs that no one can ever fucking explain, and but they always got nice shit on. So they just like, they think we don't know that they don't know what they're doing. Okay, anyway, but I'm off the rails. I'm gone. All right. We really need to get a producer for this show. Well, then fucking join the Patreon. Is that how you're plugging it this week? Mm-hmm. I'm definitely not putting text right there, just so you know. I got such a weird energy this week. What was I just the fucking talking about? Because it was good. All right, I'm going, I'm sleeping in your car, and then I go here, and then I didn't have time to do my taxes because I was sleeping in my car, and I took a sip. I listened to, and then it tries the DJ. Oh, yeah. Whoa, I did it. And then, so while Chris Ward, I was having sex, and he's just like screaming in the background, and it was not easy. He's like, they keep telling me to stop talking over Yacht Rock, but I'm just gonna keep talking over Yacht Rock. And then I talked about the getting hard thing. Damn, I got ADHD, but I also, I'm good at it. I'm doing better. I'm working on myself, as you should be too. And if you want to write a letter to me about how much better you're doing, send it to fucking our P.O. Box. P.O. Box 17821, Austin, Texas 78760. If you got a big one for street addressing. It's 4516 Burleson Road. Number 17821, Austin, Texas 78744. So fucking get at it. I think the reason I'm in a weird mood is because I had to go. My car. You know how like if someone like learns English, they always have like maybe like a turn of phrase that they always say, kind of or whatever. I feel like mine, like as a person who does speak English, I'm like people know that I'm like my car, and then I say something because there's always something wrong with my car. Swear to, it's crazy. But I bought it from CarMax. Everyone else, hey, you know what? They got a lot of good reviews. You know who doesn't have a good review? Fucking this fucking guy. And hey, if you want to sponsor the podcast, I'll start saying I'll change my mind. You think I won't? I'm 100%. I give zero. I will change my mind. No problem. But you have to help me out because I was going to buy a car, and I looked it up on CarMax, and if you don't know, it's like one of the widest places you can buy. It's like better than going to like a dealership or whatever, because like whatever. So I save up, I look up everything. For a year, dude, I'm biking. I literally am biking from a place that took my plasma. They literally were like, you really shouldn't ride your bike home. And I was like, well, I really needed this $50. And she's like, it's actually only 30 this week. Next week it'll be, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired of doing math with no plasma. Can I? All right. So I save up for a car, and I find online, like in the area, the cheapest one in my zip code by fucking far. And I get this car so cheap, and I show up. We're signing paperwork, and this guy comes over and like whispers in this guy's ear, like he's the fucking guy telling Bush about 9/11. He's like. And he also kind of had like a fake reaction. He's just like, he just goes, ooh. He like did that thing where like they need. So I think acting's done. I don't know. Anytime I watch a movie, I feel like we're just like, we're just like, is it over? I don't know. I just got an agent, so I hope not for me. Like commercials, I hope I keep getting stuff. Shout out to my agent. But I think like acting's over. Maybe we should have people acting coaches should go to those places like where it matters, where you can make money. And instead of them being like, golly buckets, I can't, we seem to have some qualms and some prid quote. I don't even know what I'm saying, but he just like, and I just go, what's up? And he was like, so first of all, I don't even have to say this, but your credit sucks. And I was like, yeah. But I know strippers that would send me money. So you got that does MasterCard give you anyway. So the guy goes back and he talks, and basically what had happened is like they put it in the system. They probably put the car in, and I found cheapest car, and they're like, who's gonna buy this? And then they looked under the thing and like, honestly, like the underside, they said it had like a lot of rust on it, like on the actual frame, which is pretty important. So they're like, we can give you the car. I'm like, all right, fucking piece of shit. They're like, but we do have a more expensive one you can buy that you're already here. And I'm like, fucking, of course you do. And then they have a trouble financing me. And I'm like, that's what I know. So then they give me this car, and by golly, for the last year, have I not had every fucking problem from my fucking engine dropping out to fucking every single thing? And then I took it in the other day, and they're like, hey, your brakes and all this shit's bad. And I was like, I'm calling those motherfuckers, and they're either going to look at it, or I'm going to call a lawyer and try not to cry. Because I'm like, what? Maybe give me the one with rust under it. Maybe, hey, what if I was right? A lot of people don't think Bob's right. I might be more right than you fucks. And I'm not saying that narcissistically. I'm saying that statistically. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? So then I just dropped it off. And so we're waiting to hear back. And I got high hopes. I got high in the pie, apple sky, by hopes. And when you're feeling bi and stuff, just remember that, guys and girls. God, it would be so cool to be bi. If everyone has their feelings on sexuality, but you got to know that, like, honestly, being bi seems so cool that when you meet someone who's bi, you're like, you fucking greedy fuck. It's just anyone in the world, just fucking get real. But I left the CarMax place, and the nice thing they did is they're like, we'll buy you, we have a deal, we have a partnership with Lyft. Oh, no way, because you're fucking us all over for money. So they have a partnership with Lyft, and this guy picks me up, and we have a good conversation. I like talking. Sometimes sometimes people get a little too real, and I'm like, I really don't know. I don't need to know. If you're not going to tell your wife that, I don't need to know that. And dude, people do not waste a beat getting racist in a Lyft. Like, I've had the amount of Lyft or Uber drivers saying things that would make my aunt and uncle who say racist shit fucking quiver. I'm like, you can make a left up here, and you're like, you know who makes fucking lefts? I'm like, oh my God. But I have very bad luck with cars, and I also have very bad luck with conversations, because I like talking to people, and I really don't, because of, like, I guess my ADHD, I don't really think of where the conversation's going. I try, you want to keep it like contained or whatever, but I just don't think. And this guy was like, I said, how did we start talking about? Oh, we said something, somehow we started talking about dogs, and I was like, yeah, dogs are so special. He's like, yeah. And I was like, how? And I was like, oh, you got a dog? And of course I asked about his dog. And man, if I'm asking about your dog, it's always dying. I feel bad for this guy, but I also feel bad for me. Oh, that's such a cute dog. What's going on with it? All their fucking legs got fucking cut off, and they just died. And then I started driving Lyft as soon as what? I brought it up. My bad. Sorry, buckaroo. But then he did ask me if he could look up. And he's like, what could I look up? And I was like, a better career. I would never say that, because I do that sometimes. When comedy's not going well, I drive Lyft. So if you guys are wondering what I'm doing after this, I'm driving Lyft. No, I'm not. Because I'm going out of town tomorrow, and I don't have my fucking car. Oh, they better give it back, and it better fucking smell good. Because the last time I dropped it off, it was so dirty. It was so fucking dirty. I still haven't even cleaned it from then. That's how dirty it was. I don't know. I really don't. I'm the singing kangaroo, and I'm from far away. I like to hop, hop, hop all day. Dude, I've not seen fucking Big Daddy in a minute. That movie is so sad. Do you remember being a kid? Even now as an adult, I'm like, how when I was a kid, how did they know how to make kids understand, because I know he's just getting, taken away, and we don't understand, love or whatever, but it's still, a movie, but I remember that happening, and I was like, ah! And the opposite happened whenever I finished the Twilight series, because Tatum asked, and then I asked her to watch Story of the Year. They have, the Assassins DVD. It's awesome. and they have like a live part where they play music. That rules. But my opinion, they're fucking the behind the scenes shit. And I sent that to Tatum, and she's got to watch that, and I had to watch fucking 6 hours of movies. And I did not feel that movie sucks. Those movies sucks. Well, they don't. They just don't give you the same feel. Like there are moments of the movie where you're like, okay, I like this or whatever. But then there's just some stuff, and man, it's such a dumb movie to laugh to. I really wanted. We were talking about doing like just watching those movies and talking over them because it's so stupid. Oh God, I'm not even going to talk about it right now. I will tell you this. I just did a private show the other day at Cap City. And if you don't know what that means in comedy, sometimes you do shows that are not ideal for stand up. Like, let me try to think. You ever been like at you ever been at like one of those church picnics and they're giving out dogs? Not the place to do it. Not where the families are drunk, everyone's gambling at church, which is weird. You're like, don't gamble unless the pastor's spinning the wheel. It doesn't make any sense. Even as a kid, I'm like, but it like doesn't make sense. Sometimes they'll do that for stand-up, and they'll have a corporate event, and they're like, you know what would be so funny is to have a comic perform for our staff. And so I got to do that, and I actually had a great time. And maybe it was because I've gotten paid the most I've ever gotten paid to do 5 minutes in my entire life. But goddamn, if I'm not excited that I got to do that, I might have every minute been like, check mark. Oh, I made that much. 2 minutes. Oh, let's go. Because and if you're like, oh wow, you're greedy. I bet that's all that happened. You're killing it. The amount of times that I'm checking out of a place, going, I'm gonna still be hungry. Mostly, and it's not because I don't like, I have money to eat, but you're like on the road and you'll be like, none of this has nutrients. So I'm going to eat so much sugar that when I wake up, I'm just going to shit at a Love's. It's so embarrassing to sleep on the road. And when you shit in a Love's multiple times and someone's like, have a good day. And you're like, and you know that you're like, you're going to see me again. You're going to see me in here. And I'm going to go take a shit with some of the stinkiest truck drivers you ever. I mean, I'm not shitting on truck drivers. I am absolutely saying I've been in a lot of bathrooms, a lot of different kind of shitters and quitters. And I'll tell you this, you go in there and you got some of these. I mean, what are they eating? Parts of the truck? What the fuck are they eating? It smells so bad. But luckily, I don't have to do that as often. Because also, my friend Tatum bought me a bed. She knew I was asleep because for the last 6 months, I think I was somewhere there. Sleeping in my car, on the road, wherever. Didn't have a bed. Now I have a bed. She bought it for me. It felt so good. I didn't know. It came rolled up, and I was like, I unrolled it, and she was like, you have to let it sit for 72 hours. I was like, excuse me? I got to let this fucking bed preheat? It's not just, it doesn't open up, and it's like, dude, it was so weird to sit there last night and just watch my bed and just be like, is it big enough now? No. And so I did. I was like, I've been sleeping on the floor and a couch. Sometimes the couch has throw up on it from a dog. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to brag about my life better than yours. And this vomit I'm sleeping on. And then your roommate will clean it up and be like, it's really not that bad. I'm like, are we talking about vomit still? We're talking about the vomit. And you said a little bit of shit out on the couch. Just checking. Can't wait to help you with your podcast. Bitch. But that's what love is. And also, thank you to Tatum. She got me a bed. And last night I slept on the floor and I woke up and I was so tired. I was like, and I slept on just the mattress. And you know what? I did the same thing with the mattress that I've done with a DiGiorno's pizza. You open it up and you go, that cheese looks less white. I'm eating it. It takes that like white top cheese, and usually you kind of want it to be kind of like golden and then some brown. It's perfect. But sometimes you open it up and you're like, I know that the bottom's still going to be cold, and I'm eating the shit out of that. That's what I did with that bed last night. Oh, I did that with that bed last night, and I just... And Tatum was worried that she was like, I hope it's like good because I'm getting old and my back sucks. But I slept great on that, and I have not had a bed in forever. And I think I was saying that with the mattresses earlier. Who gives a fuck? I'm not perfect. I'm not fucking perfect. I'll tell you this, I'm not perfect. I'm writing a song about it. The other day I set up, maybe I set up a recording studio in here too. Bobby, you also play music? Fucking poorly. I make it real shitty. And because I have a microphone and the interface and all this stuff, I was like, I bet I could record music. I have like a thing and I got my guitar. I could fucking plug in, and it's this one right here. I always thought this one was fine, but I plugged it in. It is very hard to figure that out. But once you figure out how to set it up, I promise you, if you're lucky like me, it will then sound like shit. It literally sounded like I was playing guitar. So I had to get that. I got to get that going in there. And then you fuckers, you guys are creatively will never be alone again. Because I will always perform for you. I will always be here for you. Much like in the movie Twilight with Ed. Oh my God, what a weird movie. Also, I can't. Who Wants to Live Forever? It's a song for a reason. It's a song. I mean, I just like imagine getting excited about going to high school again. I know we could do. Oh, I know. What? We've been around for 7. We could go back to high school. You know what? I'm not gonna let that. Like, what the fuck? Why would you not wait in the? I would have waited till I was if I was gonna be a vampire and had to pick an age. 23 to 25. You pick. 23 if you're like if you're that guy that's like at a party and you fucking like jumping off stuff and getting fucked up and everyone loves it too. Like everyone's like, we love him and we're sorry he broke his ankle. It's like my buddy Steve. Like that's a 23. Cause then you become timeless and you can't die. Great. That you 23. And then for everyone else, just through 24 through 25, you can wait if you want to like have your brain feel more developed, and then you'll be like kind of like a little bit more like better with your frontal lobe. But if you're fun at 23, you should stay at that. And then if not, I think I needed to grow up a little bit because at 23 I was kind of fun. But I think that once my brain developed, I was like, oh my God, that was bullying. They were not my friends at all. I had no idea. The coach would call me that all the time. Oh my God. Dude, I did see a teacher once like say something behind a student's back, and I was like, definitely thought they were on our side. That's crazy. I told a fucking principal that the kid I was like, hey, I think this kid's not doing well and he might try to end his life. Can we help him? Because no one helped. And this is what another adult said. I came the next day and I was like, he sent me this message, and she literally goes, what do you want me to do about it? So if you guys are wondering what the school system is like, it's not good. And I also heard that principal had tried to hook up with I did not go to a good high school. But if they want me to come back if they want to pay me, I would love to do a show, pay before the show starts. Besides Mike Chandler, it's Mike Chandler, the UFC star, and then me. From Northwest. It's that. And it's first, second. It's not like I'm the next one. And once I start if I'm recording music doing this, and once I start doing UFC, oh fuck. I can't do it. His buddy Todd broke my leg in 2, so I'm definitely over wrestling. But I was gonna be so good. I was gonna win Stape. God, I'm so glad I didn't up wrestle, because I liked wrestling. I thought that was fun, like it is, because it's, dude, you use your entire like body, like it's better than just like a lot of sports where you just get winded, do this, whatever. But like wrestling was cool. But dude, by high school, when everyone was coming to school in a trash bag and fucking throwing up into a fucking Pepsi bottle all day, just. I'm gonna beat that kid from. His ass is gross. He isn't. Yes. I always remember in high school just being like, you know that these sports aren't important. Like when I cannot tell you how many times I took the sports. I think there was. I remember one time we went into the locker room, and it's probably because I also didn't play that much. But even when I played, I didn't give a fuck. we would come into the locker room, and I remember this one guy got so mad he threw his helmet, and I was like, oh yeah. And I like tossed mine. I was like, yeah, we're supposed to be pissed. And then I remember he slipped because we had cleats. He got mad. And if you've never seen like a guy in like pads, if like whatever, it's like because we're walking in the locker room and we have the worst cleats on. Like we have these like spiky cleats, and I think they're illegal, but I guess they didn't check, or I don't remember, but like they had the fucking like metal on the bottom. We get in there and he throws his helmet and then he slips and falls backwards. And it is so funny because like, it's just funny because this guy's always like, I'm badass, fuck you, I'll go in all the time. And to watch a guy do that and then to fall, and when they fall, he's felt like a mannequin would fall if he just goes, just completely still. And then also it's funny because he was fine because he had shoulder pads on. But he didn't have his helmet on, so he did crack his coconut, but then fucking calm down. That story was just for me. As are all of them. Oh my good goddamn. Oh my God, I've been getting messages on all my stuff because Tatum is so popular. So now I'm getting like messages, and goddamn, dude, when we're gonna live in this is what comments are. Imagine if you got to be a little bit older at least to understand this. Not that much, but I feel like because we all have TV. Imagine if while you were watching TV, you got to just be like, this news fucking sucks. It's like, yeah, no one cares though. Just move on with your life. This guy commented, he's like, fucking Cactus Tate looks so fucking bored, bro. Take a break. Yeah, that's what the podcast is called. It's what I do. It's who I am. And she ended up taking me on tour. She asked me, so I think you're a fucking idiot. God, people think they got it all fucking figured out, don't they? Donde está? Donde está? Ooh, I got to fart. Oh my God. But here's the thing, and I know I would love to fart in this microphone, but I do not want to have to cut it out if it goes, which I think it might. Which I don't shit my pants, I shit my butt. And if you don't understand that distinction, you shit your pants. You do. Which I shared a lot of videos, and then when I shared one of shitty underwear, most views I've ever had in my entire life. No, not most. Second most. After Mike Chandler. It's Mike Chandler. Well, yeah, Mike. Did I say that earlier? Did I say Eric? Because his brother's Eric. Mike Chandler, right? Yes. And I always watch UFC. I literally I walked by. Was his name John Jones? I walked by him we were at the Comedy Store, and we were like walking by. This guy's like, dude, did you see that? It was John Jones. And I go, who is that? And every single different kind of comic, guys, girls, punk rock, sports, not all the comics we were hanging out with, just goes, what? They were like, you don't know John? I was like, I've never even kind of heard that name. So like, yes, you have. I was like, I swear to God. And then I saw him, and I was like, please don't hunt me. I was like, I used to wrestle, bro. I don't know if you know, but I used to wrestle, bro. Anyway, that's the pod. Thank you. Subscribe, like, send it to a friend. And I will be in, when this comes out, I think this will come out. Yes. And I will be in Wisconsin this weekend, at the West Bend Theater. The Bend with Erica Rhodes. Very excited about that. And then I got a lot of stuff coming up. Look out for that. Just always be looking out. Don't fuck it. Dude, look behind your back. Watch out. And please send me your Spotify Wrapped. I'm sure I was your number one listened to podcast, and for some reason I got 0 notifications about it, so I'm fucking killing it. I'll see you later. Ta-ta!